Welcome to our class. So today's practice, we have Warrior 2 is our focus this entire week. So Dancing Warrior is our most, for the rest of the month, will be our flow of the month. We'll go break down Dancing Warrior. We'll all be experts in it by November 30th, which is our music class, live music class. So that'll be very special as well. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, I'm doing the meditation. Frank's written it up. I'm going to read it. It's very special. I might practice it on you guys this month. All right, let's relax our shoulders down and away from our ears. Close our eyes and start to connect to our breath. Just notice, without judgment, how it feels to breathe. How it feels in your body to expand with your in-breath. In and out our nose, if that feels good for you. A feeling of cinching in and connection to our core muscles, so the front of our belly, the sides, the back, even the pelvic floor, everything coming in as a way to support our organs, our spine. And find the breath again. A feeling of expanding the ribs to the sides. And on our exhales, making sure our neck is feeling long, our shoulders are down from our ears. We'll start our flowing seated mountain, breathing in, reaching up towards the sun, exhaling and bringing our hands back towards the land. Inhaling, reaching up, exhaling, bringing our hands down. All on your own, just notice, right? Again, that feeling, especially of length, when we bring our hands down to the land and our crown towards the sky, that feeling of length. Keep the length and then add your inhale. If it feels okay, we're touching our thumbs together at the top of our movements, or maybe we're bending our elbows if we're taking care of our shoulders this morning. Let's add on our flexion to the side, tipping over to our left side. Inhale, reaching up, tipping all the way up and over to the other side. Start to notice, just check in. How are the sides of your body feeling? The further away our supporting hand is, the deeper that bend will be. A couple more. On our next one, let's bring our arms back behind us. You can hold your elbows or hold your hands, open up across the chest, anchor our sit bones and bring our chest forward towards the front edge of our mat. Inhale, we come up, keep our hands back. Exhale, bowing forward. All on your own. Last one, we'll keep our hands back behind us, lean back on them, take our feet apart, wider than our hip bones, and drop the knees side to side. Start to see how your glutes are feeling. Maybe you did a really hard leg workout this weekend like I did. You can feel every muscle. Couple more. Warming up our hips. We use our hips quite a bit in our warrior flows. One more. Hold it all the way over to your right side. Sit up and bring the left hand over towards the right knee. We'll gaze over our back shoulder. Gentle bend through our spine. The breath is still here. Our awareness still here. All the way over to the other side. So we'll drop those knees down, sit tall, twist around. Maybe if our neck is feeling good, we gaze over our back shoulder. Unraveling ourselves, Let's bring the soles of our feet together, sitting up tall. Draw our right knee in and bring it down. Draw the left knee in, kind of activate our inner thighs, bring it down. One or two more either side. Think of everything else still. Our inner thigh contracting, drawing our knee up closer to the side of our body, and then let it go. Lovely. We'll be making our way to all fours. Take your time to get there, unless you'd like to do your cat and cow seated. So we'll bring our hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips, and start to move through our version of cat and cow. One vertebrae at a time. Inhaling in cow, stretching our core, our chest. Exhaling in cat, feeling some space across our lower back and between our shoulder blades. Checking in with our spine. Can we bring the focus maybe to the segments of our back? Lumbar, thoracic, cervical. And then again, lumbar, thoracic, cervical. Or maybe we're moving even deeper awareness, one vertebrae at a time. Take your time to feel the wave, to notice your back, how it's feeling today. Could always disperse the weight into your fists as well. One more cat, one more cow. We'll go to child's pose unless you'd like to move right up into downward facing dog. Have as much space as you'd like to have between your knees for your child's pose, maybe a forehead massage down on a block, down on the earth, or up into downward facing dog, pressing the earth away, opening the chest towards the thighs or the knees, dispersing the weight into our feet, to our hands. We'll come up to all fours again for our spinal balance, reaching our right arm forward, left foot back. Start to flow with your breath. Start to feel that connection, keeping our lower back steady, stable, working towards, I don't want to say perfectly flat, but it's fairly flat. So we're working on not opening up too much to the sides of the room. One more. Come back to all fours. We'll take our right foot out to the side. Walk our hands towards our knees, stand or kneel tall. Lift up. And we'll gaze down our left hand. Here we are in warrior two, kneeling. Breathe. Strong core. Let's take a nice slow way back to all fours. Slide the foot in. We'll take the other foot out. Walk the hands to the knees. Come up. And we come into our kneeling warrior two, letting the shoulders go down from our ears, extend our fingertips. We'll bring our chin around, our hands come back down to the mat, down dog or child's pose. Feel what you feel, bringing our awareness into this moment. We can stay in down dog or child's pose, or let's move through our half series, a fuller kneeling plank. Exhale halfway or all the way down, cobra or up dog. Either right back to down dog or belly, then kneeling plank, then child's pose or down dog. Two more of those half series, or use this opportunity to rest. Resting can be the hardest, hardest pose. We will take our time and meet back in all fours or down dog or child's pose. We'll all meet in all fours on an inhale. On an exhale, bring our right foot up to the top of our mat. Our hands are up there as well. So we're flowing, taking the left hip above the left knee, bringing our nose towards our shin. So we're not going back too far with the glute. And then come forward. Again, hip flexor stretch. Now we go back. Keep on flowing. So warm up our hamstring, warm up our hip. Wonderful job. Let's switch and do the other side. Take your time to sweep the opposite foot up. So when we're moving through, we don't have to worry about our hips going back to our heel. We don't want our hip to go anywhere further than above our knee. And then we come forward. More about the front leg. Wonderful. Let's make our way to a forward fold. So you want to tuck your back toes onto the mat, press into your front foot to come to a fold. Let's walk our hands over to the right side of our mat. Let our head be heavy. Just notice all the way over to the other side. See how it's feeling in that hip. Wonderful. Let's come back to that forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Flow through that a few more times. We've got a little bend in our knees. We're rolling our shoulders down and away from our ears. And we're feeling our back muscles engage, lift us up. Great job. Get what you need. Wonderful. Chair pose, breathe in. Half forward fold, breathe out. So bend in half, reach back. Chair pose, breathe in wherever you want to have your arms. Exhale, half fold. So we'll flow through that a few more times. Amazing. Holding in our chair. Lifting up our heart, sitting our hips back, pressing into our feet. Feel the front tips of our hips come towards the center. All the way up, sweep to sun. And full flowing forward fold. Exhale, all the way down, all the way up. So if you're feeling dizzy, we can shorten this movement. So we'll maybe only going halfway. Or we can add a back bend. If your back is feeling good, if you're wanting to stretch your core. The last one, we'll hold in our extended mountain, reaching our arms up, pressing into both of our feet. Let's grab our right hand, create some space between our hand and our forearm, like you're pulling away and then tipping over towards the left side of the room. Inhale, come up. Exhale, create that space, tip over to the other side. We'll bring our hands back behind us, stretch across our hearts. Great for our posture. We'll draw our chin slightly down. And if it feels good, you can find that forward fold. Totally up to you. Depends. Let's sweep our hands to our shins. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, half forward fold. all the way up. Breathe in, sweep to sun. We'll slide our hands down into our heart. Let's step our left foot back. Practicing our moonflower. So exhale, go down. Inhale, go up. Pressing into both of our feet. Noticing our knees tracking towards the middle of the feet, right? Our hips are going back. Our core is staying supportive. Maybe our elbows draw back to those back pockets. We'll feel some extra space across our collarbones. Adding on your sunflowers now as an option, sweeping to the land, creating that circle, coming back up. All at your own pace. Letting go of any expectation. Wonderful. Let's hold in a 5-pointed star. So our 2 hands reaching out to the corners, our feet, and our head. We'll be practicing a transition into warrior 2. So we bend our right knee and look towards our right hand. We'll come back up, other side. So there's a little pivot right with that foot. Bring it back, toe comes forward-ish. Other side, we pivot. So practicing that pivot on our, sometimes, I think last month we practiced the pivot from the ball of our foot. Here are pivots happening at the heel. If you're like me, you tend to end up in the splits. Keep on walking my feet further apart. Last little transition as our practice. And we step to the top of our mat, forward fold. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, breathe in. Half forward fold, breathe out. All the way up, breathe in. All right. Let's move on to sun salutations. If you would like to grab a drink, you can, of course. And then we'll move on. So as part of our sun salutations and warrior 2 week, we're adding on, we're usually stepping into a lunge. So we'll step into our lunge, inhale. We're gonna exhale into warrior 2. Then we're gonna lift that heel to practice that shoot back to plank and chaturanga through our half series and our sun salutations. All right, up to the tops of our mats. See what kind of song we get. All right, find some space between our amazing feet. Breathe in, sweep to sun. Breathe out, dive to the earth. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's take our left foot back. High lunge, breathe in. Drop the heel, warrior 2, breathe out. Take an inhale here. And exhale, lift the back heel, shoot it back to a plank or right into chaturanga. Kneeling or full plank, hold or flow. Downward facing dog, check in. We'll look up to the tops of our mats, bring our right foot up. Exhale, rise to a high lunge, inhale. Warrior 2, exhale. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold, lift the back heel. Halfway lift. Fold. Oh, sorry, where'd I get you guys? Sorry. Do what I do, not what I say. All the way up, sweep to the sun. Find a chair pose, breathe out. All the way up. And we'll reset in our mountain. Let's try that again on the other side. Sweep up to the sky, dive to the earth. half lift, fold, right foot back, high lunge, breathe in. Warrior two, heel goes down, we gaze down the left hand. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift our back heel, pivot, plank or chaturanga. Take a rest or take a flow through that half series or any other version of a vinyasa that feels good for you. Meet me in down dog or all fours. We'll look up to the top of our mat, bring our left foot up, exhale, high lunge, inhale. Warrior two, exhale, heel goes down. Take an inhale. Lift the back heel, forward fold at the top of our mat. Halfway lift, fold, chair pose, breathe in. Half forward fold, breathe out, all the way up. And mountain exhale. Let's add our jump back. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, dive. Halfway lift. Bend the knees, hop or jump back to plank or chaturanga. Hold or flow. We'll meet in down dog. Take your time. Adding on, three-legged dog, right foot, breathe in. Exhale, bring it to the lunge. Rise up, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Back to your high lunge, inhale, lift the heel. I know I switched it up there, sorry. Exhale, down, plank or chaturanga. Rest or flow. Take your time to meet me back in down dog or child's pose. Three-legged dog, left foot, breathe in. Bring it up, breathe out. Rise to lunge, breathe in. Warrior two, breathe out. Back to your lunge, breathe in. So we lift our heel. Plank or chaturanga, breathe out. Great job. Rest or flow. Any other versions you want to move through until we meet again in down dog. Let's look up to the top of our mats. We can hop or walk. Halfway lift and fold all the way up this time. Exhale, mountain. We have one more. Stay with me or do your own thing. Sweep to sun. Dive to the earth. Halfway lift. Bend the knees, press them to the land. Hop or jump or step to plank, chaturanga, hold or flow. When you're ready, we'll meet in downward facing dog. No rush. Three-legged dog, right foot, breathe in. Breathe out, lunge, runner's lunge. High lunge, breathe in. Warrior two, breathe out. Back to lunge, take your time. Plank or chaturanga, breathe out. Take a rest or take a flow, your choice. Heat starting to build up in here now. Good job. Make your way to down dog. Three-legged dog, left foot, breathe in. Bring it up to the top of your mat, breathe out. High lunge, breathe in. Take your time, warrior two, breathe out. Back to high lunge, breathe in, lift that heel. Let's go right to forward fold, breathe out. Half lift and fold. All the way up, amazing work. Let's meet in chair, exhale. Let's check in with our chair pose. Oh, that might be unplugged, Marla, I'm sorry, just yeah. If you're at home, we're just taking a break to turn the fans on here. It's a warm one. It was cold when I came in this morning. Okay, let's get in with our warrior practice. So, thank you for staying in chair, Frank. You were listening. Yes, okay. Let's get back into our chair because we're going to turn that chair into a warrior two. So sink it down. Breathe. Maybe our palms are pressing together. Perhaps they're reaching up, biceps come by our ears or wherever else you want to have your hands, right? We're keeping the right knee bent. As slow as we can, let's lift the left heel. Take it back as far as we can. Heel goes down, left hand goes back, warrior two. Settle in with our warrior. Right foot forward, left foot back. There's no perfect way to do your warrior two. Some things I have learned over the years, not set in stone. If you had a line down the center of your mat, your heels would maybe be on that same line, but they don't have to be. Your knee can be as deeply bended as you want to, working towards 90 degrees and still keeping that big press through both of our feet. Our front knee, we want to be mindful that it isn't going in or out. And then we're gazing down our right hands, our shoulders soften, our fingertips lengthen. Lots happening in our hip. Try to disperse our weight into both of our feet. Warrior two or Virabhadrasana two. Let's take it into side angle, right elbow to the right knee or to the inside or outside of the right foot. Our left hand can reach forward or you can tuck it back behind you. Ooh, this reminds me of January when we get to do our, oh my gosh, what is that pose when we do the bind? Bird of paradise. Reverse warrior. So right knee still bending. We come all the way up. As an option today, if you want to, take your left hand, grab your right hand, pull, sink into our reverse warrior. Press into both of our feet. If it doesn't feel good, adjust. Your right quad should be quite aware that it's being used. Warrior two, exhale. Inhale, straighten out the leg. Exhale, turn the toes towards the window. Let's go down into a wide leg forward fold. Let the head be heavy. If you're working on any upper body or arm balances, you could either have hands down or come down onto forearms, shift hips forward and back. Draw the belly button in, lift the hips. Let's walk those hands back towards our right toe. Turn our right toes towards the front of the room. Bend our right knee. Lift our back heel, downward facing dog. Beautifully done. Left foot comes up to the top of our mats. Let's sweep right up into warrior two. Right hand back, left hand forward. Make your adjustments. If you want to play around with your warrior two, come in a little deeper or maybe shorten your stance. Check in. We've got our shoulders stacked on top of our hips. Our core cinched in and some space across our collarbones and between our ears and our shoulders. On our next exhale, side angle, whatever you want to do, elbow on knee, hand to the floor, top hand behind you or reaching long towards me. Maybe you've got both arms reaching towards me today. Reverse warrior, we'll grab that left wrist and have a little pull back into our reverse warrior, or modify, hold your head with your left hand, tuck your right arm back behind you. Back to warrior two, gaze down our left hand. Let's practice that transition. Lift our back heel, chaturanga or plank. Wonderful. We'll push into downward facing dog and practice our dancing warrior flow. We'll do it slow to start with. Right foot, breathe in, three-legged dog. We'll stay here for a breath. Press the earth away with our hands. Look up between those hands. Let's bring that right foot up. Stay in the runner's lunge. So we've got our right foot up towards the top of our mat. Our back heel's reaching towards the back of the room. It's like we want to take off, right off this starting line right here. Our heel goes down, warrior one, so your chest stays facing up towards me, or up towards the front of the room. Warrior one. Perhaps the eyes are resting and we're focusing within, checking in on our balance. Warrior two. The back foot might adjust. Reverse warrior, turn the right palm up, reach it up or grab that option today. Side angle, wherever you want to be, elbow to knee, hand to floor, both hands to me. Strong core, a feeling of support from our muscles. Warrior two, right hand forward, left hand back, looking down our right hand. And that fun transition, lift the heel, chaturanga or plank, kneeling or full plank. Take a rest or flow through, whatever you want to do. Maybe rest with me in child's pose or take a flow through any vinyasa that feels good for you. Meeting me in downward facing dog, three-legged dog, left foot. We'll take a few breaths here. We'll take our gaze up to the top of our mat, come into that runner's lunge. Take your time. Let's stay here in this runner's lunge. Right heel reaching back, crown of the head reaching forward, belly button towards the spine. Breathe. Moving into warrior one, our back heel goes down, our chest faces to front of the room. Warrior one, check in with our feet that we're pressing into the entire foot, front and back. Breathe. Warrior two, on your next exhale, we'll stay there for a few breaths. You might adjust your back foot. Draw the awareness within. If it leaves the room, pause that thought, bring it back. I promise all of your lists will be there when class is over. Reverse warrior. If you want to, you're grabbing that hand, the left hand, or not, you're reaching it up, back hand back behind us. Side angle, choose where we want that left hand or elbow. Wherever we are, our chest is open towards the long white wall. Warrior two, strong oblique, especially on the right side, draws us up. Chaturanga, lift the back heel or plank. Rest or flow. And then, my friends, it is time to put it together. We'll be meeting in downward facing dog. Dispersing our weight into our full hand if possible, and getting those knuckles right down onto the mat if that feels okay. Three-legged dog, right foot, breathe in. Breathe out, running lunge. Breathe in, warrior one, heel goes down, chest lifts. Warrior two, breathe out, chest to the windows. Reverse warrior, breathe in, right hand reaches up, or we hold. Side angle, breathe out. Back to warrior two, gaze down the right hand. Chaturanga, lift the back heel. Plank or chaturanga, rest, or take a flow. Or two, however many you want to do, till you meet us in downward dog and you check in again with your alignment in down dog. Hip distance between our feet, hips piking to the sky or towards where the ceiling and the wall meet. Left foot, breathe in, three-legged dog. Runner's lunge, breathe out. Heel goes down, warrior one, breathe in. Warrior two, breathe out. Reverse warrior, left hand lifts, breathe in. Side angle, breathe out. Back to warrior two, breathe in. Chaturanga, lift the back heel. Flow, hold, or rest. And then we're gonna do one more on each side, breath for breath. We'll meet in down dog. Three-legged dog, right foot, breathe in. Lunge, breathe out. Maybe you try to close your eyes this time. Breathe in, warrior one. Notice how closing your eyes slows you down. Breathe out, warrior two, in a good way. Reverse warrior, breathe in. Side angle, breathe out. Warrior two, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Rest or flow. Inhale, exhale. Meet me in downward facing dog. Left foot, three-legged dog, breathe in. Breathe out, lunge. Breathe in, warrior one. Breathe out, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Side angle. Warrior two. Chaturanga. Or plank. Wonderful. We'll be meeting in downward facing dog. Let's bring our right foot up to the top of our mat. Walk our hands around to the right side of our mat. Left heel goes down, wide leg forward fold. Breathe. Feel, stretch, take a rest. We'll take that gaze up to the right toes, turn the right toes towards the front of the room and move into triangle. So the right hand is down to the calf, the left arm's reaching up for triangle. Adjust if you need to bring that hand up or onto a block. We love our warrior two. Let's come back up to it. I'm doing lots of warrior twos this week. Our star pose that we practice. So we lift, pivot, turn toes towards the window. Left toes to the back of the room, warrior two. We've got our chest open towards the windows, and then we'll open up like we want to give the windows a hug, and triangle pose, straighten our left leg, reach left hand towards the back of the room, then down into triangle. Yeah, left hand towards your left shin or the back of the room, chest open. Let's turn those left toes towards the window again. Wide leg forward folds. Wonderful. Tick-tock your feet in so we can go into Malasana or garland pose. So not still wider than our hips. We drop our hips down. Maybe slide a block underneath your sit bones here. Good old squat. Human body was made for it. All right, check in. Breathe. Wonderful. So you'll walk your hands up to that right foot, lift your back here. We'll just come to our knees or all fours. And puppy pose. I love puppy pose. If you're really close to the top of your mat, you'll want to come back. So hips are above our knees, so they don't go back. We walk our hands forward. Some things to consider. Cross your hands over your forearms. Rest your head kind of on your forearms and draw the chest to the floor if that feels better. I love that version. Maybe you wanted to go a little deeper into puppy pose, so you put a block or two under your front elbows to deepen that feeling, maybe 2 blocks. You've only got one. Breathe. The chest is reaching towards the floor. The shoulder blades are coming towards each other. All right, we're coming to a tabletop. So shift forward, walk hands underneath shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, cat back. Inhale, cow. Exhale, walk those hands forward into a kneeling plank. Inhale. Exhale, down to the belly. Cobra, breathe in. Puppy pose, breathe out. So don't go quite far. Maybe you cross those forearms. This is a puppy flow. Inhale to all fours. So maybe bring those hands under our shoulders, push up. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, kneeling plank. All the way down on that exhale, actually. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, puppy pose. Inhale, all fours. I know it's fast, but it's lovely. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale all the way to your belly. Take your time. Elbows point to the back of the room. Cobra, breathe in. Puppy pose, breathe out. And let's stay in puppy. So you could have, again, hands forward. Maybe we've got our hands reaching for the back of our neck. On or off of blocks for our front elbows. You guys are doing amazing. Let's come right to our belly. So we'll shift forward. We're in a variation of locust pose. So let's take both of our arms forward, maybe cup hands. We've got our pelvis, our front of our pelvis pressed down into the mat. And as we keep that connection, let's lift our right hand and our left foot. And release. Cup hand again, and other side, or opposite sides. Feel as if you're trying to reach towards the front of the room. And release. All right, we'll slide, maybe make a little triangle with your hands and create a little space for your forehead to rest. You can rock your hips side to side. Amazing. All right, let's take our hands under our shoulders, press to a kneeling plank, child's pose, exhale. Should feel lovely for the back. Before we make our way into boats, inhale to all fours, exhale. Hips go down, we'll sweep our feet to the front of the room. Oh, my glutes. Ay, ay, ay. Ah. Whew, that was a long sequence. Great work, everybody. If you've got a block nearby, that block's going to go between our knees for boats, and we might even take it back behind our heads in a minute. All right. So we've got, remember how we've talked about that internal rotation? So instead of trying to squeeze our glutes, external rotation, we're internally rotating the inner thighs this way. Choose your boats. I'm going to take that block, put it back behind our head for our boat. Nice wide elbows. Breathe. We're going to do a boat on our forearms, or you can put your block underneath your shoulder blades. So we come down into boat, forearms. Breathe. Chest is open. Let's draw the front tips of the hips together. Draw our belly button towards our spine. Lengthen the crown of the head. You can keep your forearms there or move into hollow man. So we round our back a little bit, low back down. Hands come off and reach towards our heels. Woo-wee, mama. Slowly lower down onto your backs. Oh, great work. Take a moment there to adjust, and then we'll bring our knees to 90 degrees. Maybe you want to try having that block again between your knees to 90. So you can imagine if you stacked your knees, they're on top of your hips, shins are parallel. So the closer you bring your knees to your belly, the less work your core has to do. Let's press our lower back down into the mat. Bring our hands down to our sides. And now move into bridge. Feet go down. We keep our connection with our block. Lift up our hips. We think about that internal rotation again. Of course, we're breathing. So we're in our bridge pose with our block here, if possible. We'll slowly lower our hips. Grab the block if we're using one. Lift back up to bridge. Place the block under our low back. Lift our feet up into waterfall. Or we're in legs up a wall, so just backside down, no block. Breathe. All right, feet come down to the mat. We press into the earth to lift ourselves up off the block. Take that block off to the sides. Moving into happy baby. Could be holding on to the backs of our legs, the insides or outsides of our feet. You can rock side to side if that feels good. Or hold your happy baby right where it is. I have one more flow for you. It's a favorite of mine for the seniors classes, but I love it for any class. So let's come to on our backs flat. It's a good flow to do first thing in the morning. Take a breath in and reach long over your head. Stretch the whole front of your body. Take a breath out and reach for your right knee. Draw that right knee to your chest. Yep. Now let that right knee go out to the side. Inhale. Exhale, bring it up and all the way over to the other side. You don't have to go all the way over, but you can. And then inhale, take that nice long stretch again on our backs. Exhale, draw our left knee in. Inhale, open the knee out to the side, open our inner thigh. Exhale, bring it across the body. Inhale, take our nice long stretch. All right. Now we can get into Shavasana. Maybe you bring knees to chest first. Take a gentle rock side to side. Just going to turn the recording off, but the class will still be on, Amy. Okay.